guys, today I'm going to paint this Christmas tea party scene, which I think I'm going to use it as an invitation. See how the Nutcracker is holding that little sign? That's a place card. And if these are printed out, you could write the name of the guest you're sending the invite to. How cool is that? So I'm using the number 1, the number 3, and the number 7 Grabby. I'm going to use my white Posca pen, as always, for the highlights. And let's get straight into it. So this little Nutcracker is going, as I explained, is going to be holding the place card next to the teacup in the invitation, which I just was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be so fun. So I'm putting this neon green in because if you look at the photo, the shiny parts of the green on this Nutcracker are sort of glowing. So I thought I would put the undercolor, the glowing color, and then I would be able to add the darker green as a layer afterwards. So that's why the like super bright green is happening there. And so I dropped in his light blue color around his eyes, and I'm trying to put sort of the wood grain in here because he's a Nutcracker, so he's made out of wood. And if you look closely in the reference photo, he does have wood grain in his face and in his little hands. So now I put in the red background of his teeth, and once that dries, I'll be able to use the white Posca paint to put his teeth in. So I'm just trying to, as always when I start, I'm putting the base layer of paint, so the color that's going to be in the very background of all the aspects on it. So now I'm changed my reference photo because I'm going to start painting these little treats. And I combined a couple different references for this plate of treats because I didn't want to do the tiered like dish with all the treats. I just wanted to do one dish of treats. So I think this is a macaroon. I think that's a macaroon. And this little guy here is in a glass jar, which is always kind of like difficult to make that kind of come across. But I painted the red swirl, and then I just took a clean wet brush and like glided it over the red line, and it sort of bled out. That's the beauty of watercolor. It sort of bled out to create those kind of curves and the swirl of the top of that little treat. So now I'm just dropping in the red of the candy canes, and then I'm gonna put the green of the candy canes. And I'm using that super bright green because, it's candy. So candy always has like a really bright, sort of juicy green. And later on, after this dries, I'll be able to go in and kind of create the white like shininess of it afterwards. So this is the little chocolate that's under that swirl, and then when that all dries, I'll use the white Posca pen to create the glass that treat is in. So now I'm doing this little scone, and I was like, why did I change it to that? Oh, okay, so I did the background of the scone I just tried to put the little nooks and crannies, but it is white, so I was just trying to do a little bit of nook and cranny in there, and then after I'll go through and add those red and green sort of chocolate wispy stripes on it. But we're just dropping in the holly berries now. Holly berries, and I really wanted to pay close attention when I was creating these holly berry leaves, because they have a very stiff, like a rigidness to this leaf. And I wanted, when I was painting it, I wanted it to look like that, substantial, like crispy leaf. So I was really paying attention to the different color variances in the reference photo, and trying to use that clean wet brush to sort of pick up the paint and cause those highlights and shadows. And there's so many different greens that I think I dipped into like 3 or 4 different greens while I was painting these. And I am using, oddly enough, I'm using the number 1 right now. And if you guys have watched me paint before, you know that I use the number 3 grabby most of the time, because I just love that sharp tip that it has. And the tip of mine is bent because I left it in water with the brush side down. So I'm thinking of getting a new one, but I was using the number 1, and I didn't even realize that I was doing that until I was almost finished. So now I'm going to create this pink cookie, and I sort of, I was like, how am I going to get that sort of orangey purple? I don't have that color like pre-mixed in this palette. So I decided I was going to layer. I was just going to keep layering the different colors and picking it up and layering until I found something that sort of felt like the color. So what you're seeing right now is not going to be the end result of the color. So I'm putting that chocolate, the wispy chocolate, in on that scone. We did the red, and then once that dries, we'll go back with the green. And so you can see I'm using the number 14 round brush that I have. I have a couple of those, and the one that I'm using today is just from Master Touch, which is the brand that they sell at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if there is a Hobby Lobby where you live. I'm not sure if it's a national store or an international store. But so I'm just trying to drop in some darker red around the edges and pick it up in the middle to give it, like a roundness. And now I'm putting the little chocolate bottom onto the scone. And this little, I don't know what this is. It's just some treat that has kind of maybe a butterscotch or a caramel or something top to it. And I'm dropping in that little maybe lemon center. And I'm trying to add the detail into the little pink cookie. And I'm jumping over to put in some details on my nutcracker. But again, sometimes when there I go, I'm fixing it now. Sometimes I start to paint and then I realize, I gotta like pan over because I'm zoomed in. So now I'm gonna paint this teacup and saucer, and this color is a pre-mixed color that's in the palette. You can see me dipping in. If you look at the palette, it's actually the color on the very bottom right hand corner of the screen that really lends itself well to being gold. like the gold brim on there. And then in order to give it, like make it a shiny gold, you then go in with that. You can see in the reference photo those dark like glares on the gold. That really changes that flat stripe to look kind of metallic. So you're going to see me do that in a few minutes. So now I'm just sketching out, not sketching out, I'm painting, but I guess I'm sort of just freehanding it. I did not pre-sketch out the design on this teacup. So I'm just sort of going for it, hoping that it turns out and hoping that I can manage to make the design look like the cup is curved. That's always when you're painting a painting on something, something that has shape and roundness. It's always like, is it just going to look flat on the page, or am I going to be able to pull this off like to make it round? Because if you can see, I didn't do any shading to round, make the curve of the cup prior to doing this, which maybe was a mistake, but it did end up turning out looking kind of like it was on a round cup. So I was thrilled. So now I'm just touching some of the metallic gray and using it very watery to put in where I see shadows on the reference photo. On the reference photo, this design is also on the saucer, but I was just, after painting the design on the cup, I was just like I basically, maybe it was lazy, or I didn't want to like ruin it, and I thought I was pretty lucky that the design worked on the cup itself. So I just, hedge my bets, or whatever the term is. Count my lucky stars that it worked out and kind of looks like a cup. So I'm using that metallic gray to shade, and sometimes on the video when I do that, the light reflects and you can't see it as well as you can in person. So yeah. So as I'm watching it back with you, I'm noticing that the light is really, every time my hand comes into frame, it changes how the light is hitting it. So I may need to adjust where my lights are, like where they're coming from. So now I'm just trying to drop in a shadow on the bottom to make it look like it's actually sitting on the table and not just floating in the universe. I took a moment here to sort of look back and decide if you could see the shadow well enough, and then the certain parts of my nutcracker had dried. So I'm going in, this white you see, I'm going in with the Posca paint. So if you're new to my channel, I'll explain what I do with the Posca pen. Is I don't use it directly all the time. Sometimes I do, but usually I dab it on a piece of paper next to my palette, and then I just use a brush and kind of use it as like brush paint. And I do this because it's really the only paint that I have found that will give you that like stark white over the top of colors. So now I just put in his little teeth, and I'm noticing that his face is maybe a little rounder than I had it, and I'm dropping in the shadow for his nose, and the little line between his teeth. And his little goatee. So now I'm starting to add the darker green, trying to create that sort of shiny metallic look, and I'm not sure I pull it off, but I was giving it my best go here. As you can see, I was putting it down, picking it up, changing it up, picking it down. If you know me, and really I think many artists will just keep going back and changing and adjusting things in their painting. These eyes, you guys, these eyes. I went back in maybe 10 times with these eyes because I was trying to get the white on the outsides and it just was not coming together. And really, I probably could have left it on the first go around, but because I'm looking at it now and it would have been fine if I just left it, but I changed it so many times. So this is also metallic that I'm dropping in here, and the light really is reflecting and not really giving it the true color that it has. But it is a metallic or like a sparkly like bronze color and then a sparkly gold color. And I wasn't sure if I was trying to make the background look like curtains or if I was trying to make the background look like wallpaper. I don't really know. I was just wanting sort of a rich, sparkly background. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm designing this as an invitation. So the idea is, see how the Nutcracker's holding the little place card. I thought at the end I will scan it, do a high-res scan of it, and then I'll be able to drop it into Photoshop and add the details for a tea party. And then on each person's invitation, I'll handwrite their name on the little place card. Oh, I just thought that was such a fun idea. If I do say so myself. I was just really excited about that idea. I've been wanting to have a tea party, and a Christmas tea party would be really fun. My sister has tea parties all the time, and I'm jealous because I struggle with a little bit of social anxiety, and even though I always want to have a tea party and I have many, many teacups and all the serving dishes, it's never really come to pass. So hopefully this painting will get printed and turn into the invitation for a tea party. So now I'm just trying to drop in the plate that these treats are on. And I pulled up the reference photo for the holly berries again, to try to get an idea of what the shadow would look like on the table. And then it's a little bit of guesswork because this reference photo doesn't really have like a lot of shadow. And my reference photo for this ornament, the ball ornament, had no shadow at all. It was just on a white background. So I just have to sort of use my imagination on what the shadow underneath those might look like. So I'm just going around each thing and sort of dropping in details while I have black on my brush. It's a watered down black. So, okay, so when I first sketched this out, the area that I am clearly dropping a Christmas tree in right now, That area I was going to leave blank because I thought after the fact that's where I might put the party information. But I wanted the painting to be able to live sort of independently without being an invitation. And I just wasn't happy with this, giant open space right here. So I'm using, I'm back to the number 3 Grabby, and I'm using a very watery green, and I'm just sort of flicking in all these wispy needles on the branches of a Christmas tree. And it's very small because I'm trying to make it look like the Christmas tree is sort of in the background across the room from the table. And my perspective isn't always great. I mean, sometimes you just have to go with it and sort of, let art be art and realize that your perspective maybe won't always line up perfectly with reality, and that's okay. Because the top of the tree is cut off in the frame because it's supposed to be sort of far away. And I'm using this reference photo, but I'm not going to add in all these ornaments. I think I just sort of wanted to see what a tree would look like coming out of the side of the room. Because once I got started, I really didn't look at that reference photo. So now I'm just dropping in little Christmas lights, just little colors here and there. And I wasn't really happy with the brightness of them. So later on, I'm going to put white Posca pen over, let it dry, and then add the color on top, just so that it pops a little bit more. And I noticed that when I was zoomed in a couple times, oh, here we go. Here's with the eyes. I kept adding it in and then changing it and adding it in. I don't know what was going off the light right there. It's like a little trippy, a little psychedelic. Now I'm just sort of scanning to see where did I miss details. Is everything right? So now where I put the information will be above the treats right there, because I figured that area can live, empty just as a painting. Now we've got to sign it. And I'm deciding, I have 2 pens, paint pens that I sign with, and I'm trying to decide which one. One is a little thicker and one is very light and a fine tip, and I think I'm going to end up using the fine tip because I don't want it to be a painting about a signature. I just want it to kind of be there. And it's going to be kind of fun because it will also be in the invitation. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in purchasing the high-res image so that you could print out your own invitations. If you let me know in the comments, it might just happen. So now I'm just kind of turning the picture so you get the vantage of like what is sparkly and shifty color and what's not. And there it is. Thanks for joining us.